Welcome to College Sport Check for Monday, January 18th, Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and some matinee basketball and NBA, annual tradition, and the New York Knicks defeating the 76ers today, 119-113 in double overtime. That puts the Phillies at 5-38, and the Knicks are now at 21-22. This is College Sport Check. Net scores and schedules. Now, first the scores, and here are the college basketball scores for Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Starting with Friday, Toledo defeating Akron 78-64. Maine over Albany 81-78. Canisius over Manhattan 65-62. Evans over Illinois State 66-55. Dayton over Georgia Washington 77-70. Monmouth over Iona 110-102. Fairfield over Niagara 73-68. College basketball scores from Saturday, January 16th as follows: Kansas defeats TCU 70-63. Oklahoma over West Virginia 70-68. Maryland over Ohio State 100-65. UNC over North Carolina State 67-55. Villanova over Georgetown 55-50. Xavier defeating Marquette 74-66. Clemson defeats Miami 76-65. Notre Dame over Duke 95-91. Seton Hall over Providence 81-72. Texas A&M over Georgia 79-45. Iowa State over Kansas State 76-63. Arizona over Washington State 90-66. South Carolina over Missouri 81-72. Pittsburgh defeats Boston College 84-61. Baylor over Texas Tech 63-60. Butler over St. John's 78-58. Gonzaga defeating San Diego 88-52. Stephen F. Austin over Abilene Christian 97-62. Las Vegas defeating the Air Force 100-64. Vanderbilt over Alabama 71-63. Alabama A&M over Alabama State 80-75. Alcorn defeats Mississippi Valley State 93-87. Appalachian State over Arkansas State 86-72. LSU over Arkansas 76-74. Belmont defeats Austin Peay 76-58. Portland over BYU 84-81. Pacific defeating Bethune-Cookman 88-30. Bowling Green over Eastern Michigan 84-79. Yale defeats Brown 77-68. Cal State Bakersfield over Seattle 79-52. Some other scores from Saturday: New Mexico State over Chicago State 80-62. Wagner over Central Connecticut State 70-48. Buffalo defeats Central Michigan 74-61. Charleston Southern over Northern Kentucky 70-65. Temple over Cincinnati 67-65. Colgate over Bucknell 84-73. Copen State over that scores are unavailable. Pacific defeats Bethesda University 88-30. That's a mix-up. Copen State defeats Bethune-Cookman 62-54, and it's Pacific defeating Bethesda University 88-30. Okay. Columbia over Cornell 74-70. South Carolina State over Delaware State 80-79. IUPUI over Denver 76-61. Towson defeats Drexel 69-50. Central Florida over East Carolina 89-69. Chattanooga over East Tennessee State 94-84. SIUE defeating Eastern Kentucky 67-65. Ellen over Charleston 65-64. Robert Morris over Fairleigh Dickinson 64-58. The Florida Gators defeating the Ole Miss Rebels 80-71. St. Joseph's over Fordham 80-55. Citadel defeats Furman 89-86. North Carolina Asheville over Gardner-Webb 75-69. Valparaiso over Green Bay 85-70. Hampton over North Carolina A&T 79-62. Harvard over Howard 69-61. Hawaii over Cal State Fullerton 86-79. Houston Baptist over New Orleans 73-69. IPFW over Omaha, 106-101. Idaho State over Portland State, 73-70. Incarnate Word over Southeast Louisiana, 75-71. Indiana defeating Minnesota, 70-63. James Madison over Hofstra, 86-82. North Florida over Kennesaw State, 93-78. LIU Brooklyn defeating Bryant, 79-61. Rhode Island over LaSalle, 73-62. Georgia Southern over Louisiana Monroe, 66-51. Louisiana Lafayette defeating Georgia State, 87-54. Lehigh over Holy Cross, 87-66. Navy defeating Lafayette, 87-61. Jacksonville over Lipscomb, 76-73. Cal Poly over Long Beach State, 96-92. Florida Atlantic over Louisiana Tech, 63-61. Loyola Chicago over Northern Iowa, 51-41. James Madison over Hofstra, 86-82. Winthrop defeating Liberty, 74-58. LMU over Santa Clara, 76-66. Marshall defeats Rice, 94-90. Massachusetts Lowell over UMBC, 95-89. Davidson over UMass, 86-74. Savannah State defeating Maryland Eastern Shores, 68-61. Here are some more scores from Saturday. As we always do on Monday, there's always tons of scores. For informational purposes, College Sport Check. Ball State over Miami of Ohio, 48-46. Middle Tennessee over Old Dominion, 64-61. Milwaukee over Illinois Chicago, 87-62. Missouri State defeats Bradley, 61-42. Northern Colorado over Montana State, 78-76. Eastern Illinois over Morehead State, 84-82. Northwestern State over Lamar. Lamar over Northwestern State, 86-82. Florida A&M over Morgan State, 72-63. Mount St. Mary's over St. Francis of Pennsylvania, 82-72. Tennessee State over Murray State, 73-71. The New Jersey Institute of Technology defeating Stetson, 74-56. Nebraska over Illinois, 87-67. Texas A&M CC over Nicholls State, 76-71. Norfolk over North Carolina Central, 88-79. Northeastern defeating Delaware, 69-60. Eastern Washington defeating Northern Arizona, 96-73. Western Michigan defeating Northern Illinois, 83-69. Oakland over Detroit, 86-82. Kent State over Ohio, 89-82. Texas over Oklahoma State, 74-69. Oral Roberts over Western Illinois, 77-68. Penn State defeating Northwestern, 71-62. Pepperdine defeating San Francisco, 98-84. Dartmouth over Pine Manor, 121-56. Grambling over Prairie View A&M, 66-63. Presbyterian over Radford, 69-68. FGCU over South Carolina Upstate, 85-56. And St. Francis of Brooklyn defeating Sacred Heart, 85-67. Some more scores from Saturday as follows. McNeese State defeats Sam Houston, 72-68. San Diego State over Boise State, 56-53. Fresno over San Jose State, 81-74. North Dakota State over South Dakota State, 68-57. Memphis over South Florida, 71-56. Tennessee Tech defeating Southeast Missouri, 91-55. Southern Miss over Florida International, 66-60. Southern University over Arkansas Pine Bush, 69-55. Southern Utah over Idaho, 85-83. Tecumseh over St. Bonaventure, 95-88. Stony Brook defeating New Hampshire, 88-50. Syracuse defeating Wake Forest, 83-55. Tennessee over Mississippi State, 80-75. Jacksonville State over Tennessee Martin, 82-60. Texas Southern defeating Jackson State, 71-65. Troy over Texas State, 66-57. South Alabama over Texas Arlington, 88-85. Alabama Birmingham defeating Charlotte, 74-72. UC Irvine over UC Santa Barbara, 61-52. UTSA over UTEP, 71-67. Utah State defeats Colorado State, 96-92. Grand Canyon over Utah Valley State, 99-88. VCU over Richmond, 94-89. Vermont over Hartford, 83-68. VA Tech over Georgia Tech. Virginia Tech defeating Georgia Tech, 78-77. Washington defeating Arizona State, 89-85. Weber State defeating Sacramento State, 85-74. Samford defeats Western Colorado, 84-68. Texas Pan American over UMKC, 71-66. All right. And, all right. William and Mary and UNCW defeating William and Mary, 97-94. Mercer over Wofford, 70-69. Wyoming over New Mexico, 70-68. And finally for Saturday, Wright over YSU, 81-45. College basketball scores for Sunday as follows: Wisconsin defeating Michigan State 77-76. SMU over Tulane 60-45. Florida State over Virginia 69-62. Iowa over Michigan 82-71. Army over American 65-45. Canisius defeating Quinnipiac 63-53. UConn over Houston 69-57. Creighton defeating DePaul 91-80. Georgia Mason over St. Louis 92-79. Wichita State over Indiana State 82-62. Manhattan over Niagara 69-64. Colorado over Oregon 91-87. Utah over Oregon State 59-53. SIUE over Drake 81-76. And then finally UNC Greensboro defeating VMI 85-68. All right. Up next, basketball, college basketball TV schedule. But first, Racing Fans Motorsports Talk, the Motorsports Talk returning, the racing podcast. RP16 Racing Podcast returns February 18th at 7:45 p.m. Eastern. Also on demand, apodradio.com and Spreaker.com, #sports. So here's the lineup for tonight. Not a whole bunch of games tonight. Right, 7 o'clock, it's Purdue and Rutgers. Okay, on Big Ten Network, and then also Syracuse and Duke on ESPN. Those two games for 7 o'clock Monday night. 9 o'clock, it's Oklahoma and Iowa State, and that's also on ESPN. Tuesday, 6:30, Butler and Providence on Fox Sports 1. Kansas and Oklahoma State, ESPN 2. Okay. South Carolina and Ole Miss over on the SEC Network. Also Tuesday for 7 o'clock, it's Illinois and Indiana on ESPN. Mississippi State and Florida, ESPNU, and Northern Kentucky and taking on Oakland. That's on ESPN College Extra. 8 o'clock on Tuesday, Clemson and Virginia, ESPN 3. Northwestern and Maryland on the Big Ten Network. North Carolina State and Pittsburgh, ESPN 3. Then at 8:30, Georgetown and Xavier, Fox Sports 1. And then at 9 o'clock, it's Houston and SMU, ESPNU. LSU and Texas A&M, ESPN. And then also at 9 o'clock, Alabama and Auburn. And that is on the SEC Network. All right. This is Home of the Scores, College Sport Check, presented by American Podcasting, apodradio.com, also available at apodradio.com, also available at Spreaker.com, #sports, College Sport Check, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Thank you for tuning in. Next update on Wednesday. From New York, this is Manny Allegretta. Be good and be safe. And this has been College Sport Check.
That's it, sports fans. Thanks for watching, and good night.